Yo, what up, Triple Scoopers? It's your boy DJ J Steezy.
DJ Jedi.
Big Mike is actually out
He's out of commission right now.
Yeah.
He'll be back though.
He'll be back. But anyways, today on Triple Scoop ENT, we got Dose Raps and Jose.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Appreciate it.
So Dose Raps. Where you from, man?
San Diego.
San Diego, nice.
San Diego, El Cajon specifically.
Oh, okay.
So for those that don't know, he's a fucking badass rapper, lyricist.
Yes.
He puts that pen to work. And then you also make beats?
I'm getting into producing now and mixing my own music.
All right,
First
cool.
started off with just writing over YouTube beats.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's how I practice my pen skills.
So how long you been doing it?
I would say about a good 3 years, solid 3 years.
Okay.
Before that, it was off and on, just playing around with it. Because it first started with just freestyling with my friends. Like, we'll have a beer. Obviously, it turns into a freestyle session, you know?
Right.
And,
Yep.
It was all for fun. And then I just kind of took it more serious. I kind of started in the art of it. And I would go home and just start writing my own raps.
Nice. And Jose, you do the videos?
Yeah, I've been working on his videos.
Nice. How long you been doing that?
I think a year.
It's been a good year.
In January was the year we did our first video.
Which video was that one?
Pierre.
Yeah, Pierre. It's on my Instagram.
Yeah,
It's still there. I'm wearing a black. I'm actually wearing this jacket right here.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
We're gonna give it away in a few. I'm just kidding.
No,
First person to comment. Nah.
It was a simple video, no movement, nothing at all. So I think within that year, we definitely, me, doing the video, the editing. It's not just me, we do it.
You see the progression going.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah.
Now, what got you into it, man?
Me?
The whole music.
Just like I said, freestyling with friends, and I kind of started taking it serious. And then I would go home and start writing, and then it was off and on. And then there was one point where I was going to college, and I was trying to figure out what I want to do in my life. And I went for a semester, and then I was starting my second semester in college, and I was starting to develop an affinity for music and rapping, and I just stopped going to school, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to take it seriously.
So I'm gonna be a Kanye.
I just started wanting to take it serious.
Your family's we're supportive, or they're you're fucking crazy, or
At first, my mom was kind of you're not gonna come out get out of school or whatever, and I was like, I already did it.
Sorry, mom.
I went online and I just started focusing more on that. I started putting my head towards that, and as time progressed, I just started getting more and more into it.
Now we've heard your music, but man, it blows me away because you're actually a very conscious rapper. Everything you talk about, it's not the bubble gum. It's not none of
You
this.
took the words out of my mouth, bro. I was about to,
It's insane, bro, for someone this young and still be
I was about to elaborate on the same thing. Yeah.
I got in his brain. Get out of there! Sticky. But where does that all come from? What were your influences or what?
I would say back then, I was really into West Coast gangster rap, and I loved that music. I loved the sound, the sonics, just the vibes of it. And then the homie put me on, and he started showing me more of that New York conscious rap, like Nas and just Jay-Z, and just more of that lyrical shit, Common,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I started peeping it more, because I wasn't really into that lyrical stuff. I was never really into the lyrics. I was just more into the sound and the vibes.
Right.
But then I started getting more into the lyrics, and I started peeping it really, and I started just finding myself at that time too. So it was just a combination of that, just lyrics and just finding myself and being more conscious of who I am as a person,
Yeah, because it sounds very you've been doing it for 50 years and shit.
Yeah.
And then the voice too, man. The voice is it. I listen to it and I play it back, and it's who does he sound like? You don't sound like anybody.
You don't sound like
you
nobody.
have that voice that just stands out, and people are whatever track you jump on, they're gonna know it's Dose Raps.
Your voice is straight
dope.
unique. It's unique.
That's dope.
That's the hardest thing to be distinguished, and you got it down, bro.
Your voice is like I said, it's unique, but at the same time, like I hear not in your voice, but the style. And you just mentioned him too, Common. You know, it's just like
It's very common.
it's very common, right? But no, but
Yeah.
seriously, it's
No
like
pun
damn.
intended.
Dad jokes. Nah.
I always tell this guy, do you guys know who Fora is?
For
Fora,
Yeah.
he's like a new age rapper. I always say he kind of
I was gonna say that.
he
too.
kind of sounds
I was
and because Fora he's not that type of bubblegum rapper either.
Uh-huh.
He's kind of a depressing kind of song guy, but I think the voice and just the way they rap,
just the
he kinda-
voice, you know.
Kind of
when
sounds
Heard
like
that
him.
before.
when Jedi told me, he's like, "Hey man, you gotta check this dude out, Dose Raps." I was like, all right. I was like, okay, you know, it's gonna be another, you know, it's because you said you're what 20, 28? 20,
25.
25.
25.
26
Yeah.
this year.
You know, for
Wait, you turned 26 today?
No, this year.
Oh, this year. I was like, oh shit.
yeah, for you to have the mentality of that old school boom bap style of rap, yeah, it
Yeah.
to us we look at it like fuck, it's fucking awesome because
You grew up on
we grew up with that.
Yeah.
You know, we grew up with that style. We grew up.
And not to like say anything about like the new shit. I know it evolves. Everyone's trying to do something different, but everyone's doing the same different thing, and then it's refreshing when we hear something like that. Like
Yeah,
it's just,
I can see that.
I'm not a fan of the new age music.
Nah.
It's my type of generation, but I'm not a fan of it.
I like to bump it in the car.
I think it's necessary
Yeah.
And I think like us,
because
for DJs, we have
Yeah,
to.
you need to know it.
you
We
gotta
need
be
to-
relevant, right?
You know, and it's like some of the stuff is like we actually catch ourselves singing the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because it
Yeah.
is catchy.
Catchy.
You know, but at the same time, it's like we like to go back to our roots, and
Of course.
when we hear somebody like you,
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
kind
oh,
of refreshing.
shit.
And the first track I got was that
But-
Get Money Money. I was like, oh shit.
But it's like you need that new school rap in order to make that counterbalance to the shit that I'm putting out, you know?
right?
It's like, oh, you've been hearing this so much, but you need that to be refreshed from this type of conscious rap. Or I don't even call it conscious rap, just that style, I guess.
Mhm.
It's just you need both, you know what I mean?
And who comes up with the concepts of the videos? Because the videos are dope. Is it you or your boy? Or?
We both like mastermind it and just be like, oh, this is a cool spot we saw or whatever, and we just go out there and just
Yeah, because the
Do
video
it,
for Make Money, yeah, it's fucking,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, we gotta wake up at what 4:30 in the morning and be there at 5.
yeah,
Just
just
to
to,
catch
get
that
that
sunrise.
sunrise and stuff.
Yeah.
That shit was sick.
It was nice. It was beautiful.
It was dope.
Yeah, I saw the the visual, and it was like, damn, they really you guys put the time in to work on that video, and
Yeah.
it came out dope.
When did you first record like your first? I
Was
guess
last year?
The video or song?
no song.
Oh, that Make Money song?
No. When did you record your very first song
Well,
that you actually put out or let someone like, hey, check this out? And was that nerve wracking to
I
you?
think that was not this year. The year before that, like 2 years ago.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. Because like I say, like your voice and everything sounds like you've been doing it for like ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I took it serious. I started just messing with the words, just rhyming. Like I remember when I first started, I was just trying to rhyme a word, the next word with the next word with the next word, and then I figured out like the rhythm of it of like 1, 2, 3, 4, boom,
Yeah.
1, 2, like you know. And then I just kept messing with it, and then like barely last year I started I would go to Barnes and Nobles.
Mm-hmm.
And like I would look up like poetry books and like learning like I picked up the Poetry for Dummies, and I picked it up and I started learning about stanzas and like all different types of forms of poetry and stuff, and how like there's like different forms like A B
Oh yeah.
A B B, all that stuff.
Right.
So I started basing that off of my like music. Like I would rap with the end rhyme of this and rap it with the end rhyme of that, and then I rap it with the end rhyme, and it's all a pattern. And like I took that in, and like that's when I started like
Sure, went to school with it, bro.
Yeah, that's the first time I ever heard that.
Yeah.
Like
I
as a
started,
response.
I started like I yeah I just
Shakespeare and
put 2 and
shit.
2 together. Yeah, Shakespeare's a rapper, bro. Think about it. Yeah. So I put 2 and 2 together, and that's like when I really started, I think, taking off more and like putting out a lot more content, and like, I came out with a mixtape last year.
So, have you done any performances since then, or?
I would go to just like a bunch of open mics. There's this one spot up in Normal Heights in San Diego. It's called AC Lounge, and there's like a good little hip hop community out there. They're called Hip Hop Wednesday, and I heard about that through a friend, and I went out there just to see what's up, and then I came back, and they have open mics, and I started performing there, and then just getting in touch with those people, just perform out there.
Now, since you're a younger rapper, like, did you still do the CD thing, or was it all just like check out my Spotify or something like that, or?
I would take advantage. I'm taking advantage of it right now. Instagram and social media. I think that's a big
platform.
Right. Yeah, it's free marketing. So like that's what I'm trying to utilize right now.
I want to get you on TikTok.
Fucking TikTok yet. I feel like it's like
I just downloaded mine. This one's a celebrity already on TikTok.
I downloaded it.
Video, bro,
I don't know how to use this. I should get on it. It's gonna blow up. I mean,
It's already there.
It's already there. It's
I feel like a lot of little kids.
Yeah, I think it's more high school stuff.
Oh,
Hey,
You're with it.
Hey,
But
but
there.
you have to.
But yeah, it's the new generation.
You have to go
so
with
you
the
gotta
times,
reach
man.
them.
Yeah.
So that's like,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta get on that.
Because like what TikTok does, it gives you like 15-second snippets that you can do, and you can add all different effects of backgrounds and shit like that. So I think it would be a good platform for you, man. Just to people just like that, and then you just link your Instagram to it, and just, there's another channel right there,
Of course,
with those links, and just.
and it's crazy because, like you said, it's like 15 seconds because the attention span now it's like, it's real quick, and if you missed it, like you missed
It's
everybody.
moving so fast. Everybody's scrolling.
You
So
need
it's
those
like,
couple seconds to catch your eye. Because I'm lazy when I go through social media. I'm lazy. Like
You gotta really catch your attention.
Scrolling.
And not to talk shit, but that's how like when they send me stuff like hey, check this video out, or hey, check this song.
This is how I go through your snaps.
This is how it's like, oh my god, they look at every single snap. Now we're trying to forward like to the next one.
Gotta wear something funky or something.
No, but yeah, that make money, dude, is just
Thanks.
that's badass.
It's funny because like.
So you never pictured yourself like doing this, the music or rap or as a career, like when you were little or anything?
All through my like teenage years, I didn't get serious till like I was 21. Like, I was still trying to find myself like through my teenage years, and then like I kind of got woken a little bit by a friend, and, just reading books and shit. And
So growing up, what was your, as far as music, what was getting played in your household? What were you listening to? What was your family listening to?
A lot of Tupac from my brother.
Right.
A lot of Tupac.
So that's where you got that
A
West
lot of
Coast
West
feel.
Coast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My stepdad too. He played a lot of oldies. We used to cruise a lot, and he had a '54 Chevy Bel Air.
Damn.
Clean as fuck too. And he would play a lot of oldies. Him and his brother, like my uncle, and I felt I got a deep affinity for like older music, shit like that. Like, so like Dramatics, the Stylistics, the Temptations, all them. Who else?
Man, you got an old soul, bro.
I felt I hadn't. Yeah, because I kind of grew up on that. And I started liking that type of music.
Now you're
Delphonics, I like them too.
Now you're Hispanic.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got papers, fool.
No,
Trying to deport your ass.
no, I'm just kidding. But a lot of people they don't like to get categorized, or some people don't care, But when I hear his style of music, it's like you can't label him as a Chicano rapper.
Nah, that's what's a trip too. Like I didn't think about it once.
Your style cannot be labeled as a Chicano rapper.
Honestly, if I just hear your music, I don't even know you're Mexican when you're rapping this shit.
Coming out of New York.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
should
like,
put that shit out there.
Nah, he's Puerto Rican. He's from New York.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, it's like you can't label that.
Yeah.
His next track's gonna be Oye Mami.
I don't know. It's just I don't know.
So, like, for example, you know, you said, what's the name of that place that you that spot on Wednesday nights?
It's called the AC Lounge. The group is Hip Hop Wednesdays. Shout out Hip Hop Wednesday.
Cool. So when first time that you went there and you said, hey, you know, how'd you approach it? Like, I want to. You said I was
nervous.
Right.
I was nervous.
And did you approach it with like, hey, I'm a hip hop artist trying to come up, or you know,
how'd you get in? Someone like someone you knew?
Went
or?
in there. Well, you could sign up. So
you just signed
anybody
up.
signs up. So yeah,
Right.
and I just went in there and did my thing, and then a lot of people liked it over there, and I just kept coming, showing my face and stuff. And then I would hear about cause I would like go there, talk to people. Oh, let me follow you on Instagram, blah blah blah. And a lot of those people would post like other open mics. So I would go to this open mic and then this one or whatever. Yeah.
That's dope.
The power of social media.
And oh yeah. Also, I'm performing March 18th through those people from Hip Hop Wednesday at the AC Lounge. So yeah, buy your ticket, $10. I need 10 people to buy $10 tickets. So yeah, that's like my first like little headline.
Oh, okay, cool. So you got a couple people opening up. Anyone you want to give a shout out to, or?
Shout out Hip Hop Wednesday, Kill C Ray. Y'all know who you are.
There we go.
Now, do you already have a mixtape out or anything? Or?
I do. It's called A Dream of Mine.
Okay.
Everything I recorded, a lot of those songs are YouTube beats that I recorded my music over, and like 3 of them are my beats. So yeah, you can find it on YouTube, SoundCloud. Just look up Dose Raps, and it'll be right there on my page. And yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask, who came up with the name, or how did you come up with the name?
Oh shit! I was trying to rhyme my last name Munoz with like another word, and it was Dose. And then like I came up with an Instagram name, and I was like a dose of Munoz. And then like, it kind of like when I started getting into the music, I remember my neighbor, he had some recording machinery and shit, and I was gonna record, and he's like, "What do you call yourself?" And I was like, Dose. Like, cause it was just like off top. I was like, Dose Munoz. Like, oh, that sounds cool. So I was like, Dose. And after that, like I started, obviously getting more into it. And then when I put out my mixtape, I was like just kind of like in a struggle. Like, damn, I don't know if I should come out with Dose or like what. And I thought Dose was a little too generic, because if you search Dose, like I feel like a lot of things will pop up. So I was like, how can I distinguish myself? So I just put Dose Raps. So it's like when you look up Dose Raps, I'm the only Dose Raps you'll find. So it's easy for you to look up.
Yeah, it's very unique.
He actually skipped the name. So
oh yeah, it was supposed to be Dose Martyr.
Dose Martyr.
Martyr meaning like somebody who dies for a belief. And like in my mind and perspective was like, oh, I'll die for this hip hop shit. You know what I mean? Like I'll die, like this is what I believe in, and like
guys, you're spitting knowledge, bro.
So I was like, but like a lot of people didn't really understand the martyr, or like spelling it.
I always said more cheer because it was spelled.
Yeah, so I was like, I just put Dose Raps, and that was it. So I just put Dose Raps.
Calm me down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So.
Yeah, I can't see Dose Martyr or Mortuary. Or it's still
Yeah,
hard for me to
hard,
say.
Right? So I was like, I'm just put Dose Raps.
And it flows, man. The name's Dose Raps.
Yeah.
Anyone that you would want to work with, alive or not?
Shit. A lot of people, man. A lot of people. Well, first off, my favorite rappers are definitely J. Cole, Kendrick. Tupac, rest in peace. But like alive right now, J. Cole, Kendrick. I like Russ right now, man.
Oh, yeah.
Russ is dope.
He's big.
I like his production and the fact that he's his own like person that produces, mixes, and raps his own shit.
Yeah, he
It's
does
kind of like
everything.
what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and he's like pioneering that lane, and like I'm low key kind of following that.
Do you have Goons as well? You have Goons? Like,
What's that?
like Russ, like they've talked bad about him. He has his goons. Wait, are you one of them? Oh, he's one of them. Oh, his goons told me cut that out.
I'm drama free, bro.
There you
I'm
go.
not- I ain't
That's
trying to
what's
go
up.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I'm really into Russ because he just came out with a new album, and I like peeping his production, and like now that I'm really into mixing a lot, like producing my beats, I'm really like peeping his music and like, oh, how does he make that sound? How does he make his voice sound like that? How does he do his background vocal? Like I'm like peeping it, and I like, you know, when I'm listening to music, I
You extract everything.
I'm
huh?
like,
You're like,
yeah, I'm like learning from it. Like I'm not even listening to it. I'm just like.
so would you work on someone else's album later on, or?
Yeah, I'm open to all that. I wanna indulge myself more into the music, for sure. Like I feel like I'm kind of holding back a little. Like I feel like I can go a little further. Like I can push myself harder.
Now, working with him, Jose, is it easy or hard? Like when you guys have the concept for a video, or is it kind of like, nah, fool, you do the rap and I'm gonna do the video?
No, it's something like that. Because at the end of the day, it's his video. So, you know, I give out ideas, and his favorite line is, "That's corny." I was like, all right, bro, I'm just throwing that out there. That's his video. Like every single video, he always says that at least 3 times a day. I'm just whatever. So. At the end of the day, it's his video, so I just give out ideas, and you know, if he likes it or not, you know. And the same thing with editing. It's not just me. It's you know, I provide the camera, and I'm there recording, but we work on it together, and it's.
So how'd you guys team up?
I wanted to get into videography. I remember that he wanted to do a video, and he did a video.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like this video would be perfect
Shout out
here.
Diddy's.
Yeah, shout out to Diddy's. Do you guys know San Diego? You guys like are around familiar with San Diego?
Some things.
Do you guys know Balboa Park?
Yeah.
Well, I told him that this video would be perfect Balboa Park right here, like in this Pacific Center. And he was like, yeah, that would be dope and stuff. So he had his own camera. And it was kind of like a bad quality camera. Yeah, so mine's not great, but it's a little bit better than
Would you
his.
tell him that's corny?
I should have.
Yeah.
But ever since then,
It just started progressing, and then he was always down to do a video. So like,
that's good because you guys look like you have good chemistry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we knew each other since
Yeah.
high school, so it wasn't like, oh, I don't know this fool. Like, hey, I hit him up? Hey, can we do a video? It was just kind of like, we go to the gym,
Oh, okay.
we'll hang out and be like, hey, we trying to do a video. All right.
We were homies before that.
Yeah.
You know, be homies, you know.
Yeah.
After that, so it don't really matter.
That's cool. He's like, yeah, pick me up. Just swap me for gas. And
Yeah, exactly.
we could go anywhere as long as we have gas, right?
Yeah.
Gas money.
Yeah.
So who's your top 5 rappers
Oh,
Of all
shit.
time.
He went there.
of all time? I have to, man. Especially with somebody with
I think
like a lyricist like you. I have to ask this.
I think it fluctuates, man.
Does it fluctuate?
Right now, like just artists, like right now that I'm really keeping is like J. Cole, Kendrick, Russ, always. Shit, I really like Logic. I like Joey Badass.
Okay.
But when I first started getting into my music, I went deeply into that New York shit. So it was like Nas, AZ, a lot of like Wu-Tang. I was peeping. Who else? Biggie, obviously. Big Al.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To Big Al. Yeah, he's so hard. Yeah, I was like a lot into like New York shit. But yeah, there's a couple names that I'll just put out there. But definitely my top 2, I'll say Kendrick and Cole.
Kendrick and Cole. That's what's
Okay.
up. I like them. They were very different when they came out too.
Yeah.
That's what I liked. And then like you, they have that unique voice. You can tell who they are as soon as they spit something on anyone's track.
Yeah, Tupac.
Now, did you have to
Tupac.
practice on your voice? Did you like your voice when you first heard it, or is it something that you've evolved over the year or whatever?
I think it low key kind of evolved because when I first bought my mic and like my laptop and all that, like I started recording and like like the first shit that I spit on my mic, it sounded trash. So I think the fact like over the years of like recording to myself and spitting raps on my mic and then listening, I think I kind of just developed it like that. But like I think I always had like a certain voice when I spit. Like even when I freestyled, like I would come with a different tone. And I think it was that.
What's the hardest part? Like coming up with the song, or writing the lyrics, or the beat, or what's your process?
My process right now is I'm making the beats. I make the beat first, and if I like the the vibe of it, then I'll write something to it. I'll write a verse or a hook, whichever comes first, and then and then I'll write the second verse. I think the second verse is like the last step for me. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to start getting into more making the beat and then doing the hook, because once I write the hook, that's the subject of the whole song.
It's your foundation.
So it's my foundation. So it's easier for me to express myself on the verses. You know what I mean? But sometimes I think I find myself getting into the habit of just, this is a hard ass beat. I just start fucking writing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of just yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, when you said foundation, I was like, I felt it right here, like
It is, man.
Because how many times people work on it? They start a beat, they'll rap on it, and then they won't go back to it. It's just there. Someone else jumps on your verse. You don't even know.
It's because they don't have that foundation. They don't have that.
Today's word, foundation. That's cool.
Rainbow.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to work more onto because I feel right now like most of this time I've been rapping about rapping.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I wanna get more into writing about personal shit.
Stories.
Actually writing stories, songs, people that they can relate to, stuff like that. So I'm trying to get more into that. So.
Bro, you're deep. What drives you?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just I don't know, man.
Like when that ink drops on that paper, man, it's like what's going through your mind?
Can you explain it?
It's a feeling. I just gotta do it. Like I don't know. I think I indulge myself too much into this music already, where it's like a no. It's a go or no. It's a no or a go. And it's like, damn, I gotta do this. That's how I feel. And like I don't know. I just something opened my mind up where it was just like, man, I don't want to live a normal life. I want to do something what I love to do, and I want to make a living from it. And I think that's the best goal in life. That's the meaning of life to me. Like, do what you love and make it work.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Now, how do you feel about, let's say, you get the possibility of getting signed, or would you want to stay independent?
I want to stay independent.
Dope.
Yeah. Cause I mean, Nipsey did it. Russ is doing it.
Right.
And like, I kind of doing my homework right now. And
Make money. Yeah.
Like,
Own your publishing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. That's.
Yeah, I don't want to get signed.
And I think that's a good mindset nowadays, because now, like you said, with the power of social media, it can take you anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like you said, Russ is doing it. You know,
Nipsey did it.
Nipsey was building an empire, man.
Oh,
Yeah, he was building an empire, and it just sucks that his life got cut short. But who else? Who else independently? Homeboy from Chicago. What's his name?
Chance
the Rapper. You know,
Yeah.
that's another cat right there.
It's so crazy because it's like he doesn't even seem like he's doing it independent. Like he's so fucking big.
Exactly.
It seems like he's signed. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But he probably does have I feel like he built enough leverage to partner with a label in order to be like, hey, I don't need you for this. Like,
What can you offer me? That
Hey,
same thing.
Yeah. You gotta build a leverage.
And even bigger, J. Cole took it to another level. J. Cole started signing artists, and look at where Dreamville's at now.
Oh yeah.
Dreamville's huge, and they got killers in that label. Man. Killers.
Watch out.
So watch out, those raps is coming.
Yeah. So, man, I can only see the transition. Like, you're going from these places. Now, imagine performing for like hundreds of thousands, a stadium, bro. You think you can stay level-headed? I mean, a lot of people, like, right away it goes to their head, but you seem pretty balanced, bro. Like,
Yeah, I try to be balanced. I don't know what's gonna happen. Honestly, I'm just working on me. I don't know. I feel like I try to parallel my music with me personally. Like,
yeah.
Like where I'm at in my music is kind of like, oh, all right, that's where I'm at personally. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, okay, if I'm doing good in my music, if I'm staying on point, if I'm working at it every day, that means I'm working at it with me personally, you know. And if I'm slacking with my music, that means something's wrong with me. It's like, okay, like I don't know.
Gotcha. I know music could be your getaway, but when you're not doing music, when you guys hang out, like you go to the gym, what else are you guys doing? What can people find you guys doing that they might not know?
Boxing, hitting mitts.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Got some fighters.
Yeah.
Don't run up on them, guys.
Yeah.
Gotta let them know, dude. 'Cause
Yeah.
unfortunately, yeah, we don't want it to happen. Don't wish bad on it, but people try to run up and shit. You might get one of those raps to the face, man. That's pretty good.
It's like hit the gym with this dude. I go to work. It's basically work, gym, my girlfriend, and music. That's it. I try to balance all that. That's what I do.
How's your girlfriend?
Yeah, how's the balance with
How's
that?
the balance of time music?
We know how much time this takes. Shout out.
It's hard now. It's cool, man. It's cool. She understands.
That's good, man.
She's
Yeah,
cool
it's
girl.
really good.
Cause this is pretty much like a marriage as well. It's like you got to be dedicated. You can't,
Yeah.
It's hard.
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So, any projects in the works right now as we speak?
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. We stopped by before here. We stopped by and shot a video out there.
Ocotillo.
Ocotillo, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we shot a quick little video right there.
By the wind turbine.
Yeah.
And any working on another mixtape or anything? Or?
Yeah. Well, I'm planning on releasing some singles on Spotify, all like streaming
Platforms.
platforms. Yeah.
So,
So I'm trying to release a song by March 18th.
well, for your show,
Put it on spot. Yeah. Put it on the show. Hopefully too.
will you be
So,
performing it?
Of course.
All
That's what I'm trying
right.
to do.
Oh, man.
So yeah, I'm just like, I'm still learning like the mixing, all that. So I think that's the hardest part is the mixing. I'm like, I like mixing like the instruments and all that shit is like
Yeah.
a little easier, but the vocals is it's a little difficult. But I'm learning. I barely started like November,
Mm.
and yeah, I could see the growth. It's cool. So yeah, I do get fucking frustrated though, but it's like, damn. I look back and it's like, yo, I wasn't learning this a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of keeps me going. It's like, cause sometimes I just get fucking down. I'm like, fuck, bro, like this is so hard. You know, but I always like look back, even like from a year from now. I'm like, holy shit, like, I would never thought I would be doing this a year ago. So I think that's what keeps me going too.
You listen to what you first started off with and compare it to now.
Yeah,
Because
just
I don't think
even-
I've heard like anything old from you like on the social medias. Do you have it on a different platform, or did you just like Control Alt Delete like?
Nah, if you check my SoundCloud, I mean that's all the music I was working on prior, and I thought that was good to put out. It's called The Dream Line. It's a mixtape. It's on YouTube too.
Okay.
It's a little mixtape. Yeah, it's all the stuff that I had, but I could just see the difference between like 3 months from now and now, like how more of an understanding I have of mixing and shit like that. Yeah.
That's dope. Maybe we can get you to perform down here whenever we have one of our shows. We put together shows sometimes, and
Yeah, man.
just gotta get our calendars together, man. Cause
Yeah.
you're fucking dope, bro.
Yeah, man. We'd love to have you out here.
Yeah.
Build up even bigger fan base, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to share that maybe we didn't cover? Like maybe you guys like the car broke down before a performance, or you guys had to hitchhike to the next show, or
Nah, nothing crazy. Yeah,
Everything's been
we
cool.
we hope that doesn't happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Yeah.
Any like crazy fans backstage? Can I have your autograph?
Nah, we're working towards that.
That's dope.
Cool, man.
Well,
Wow.
thank you guys for being on the show, and
Yeah, man,
whenever you
appreciate
guys release
coming
any
out.
other music, you guys are welcome. Or we'll go out there like in the summertime when it gets like 130 down here. We'll go out there.
Yeah.
Out there, man, definitely. Yeah, but once again, man, like I said, Thanks for coming to the show, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us, man.
And once again, shout out your social media.
Dose Raps, DOSERAPS. Find me on all social media outlets: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube. Just look it up.
And we got
I
Jose.
got a YouTube, Mafia _ space TV. Instagram _VNKWN_. I go by Unknown. You'll see it in his videos.
We'll put the link up.
Yeah.
Check out his work. His work is dope.
I told you he had goons.
Check out.
We're here.
Check out his visuals. His visuals are dope.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.